Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Narc Formula. My name's Freedom. Thank you for joining me. In tonight's episode, I'm going to be answering a question by, we'll just call her TK, about the new supply and whether or not we should warn the new supply. But before I answer this question, I just want to say, if you guys like my videos, please remember to like them. If you've got anything to say, leave it in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel and also share videos widely across the other platforms. That helps me to grow the channel. All right, so the question is, have you ever approached the current supply to warn them? My ex-narc has a 23-year-old playing house. He's old enough to be her dad. In fact, her dad is slightly younger. I can't blame her. She's a child, but I feel like I should warn her. She probably already thinks I'm a psychopath from his side, but he will destroy her life. She didn't sign up for his shit. Neither did I, but I'm a grown-up and will deal with it. So this is one of those questions that gets asked quite a lot in the groups, in the support groups, in the chat rooms. And there's a few issues at hand. I suppose, look, the first thing is, 23 isn't a child. 23 is an adult. And yes, okay, like I get it, she's younger. I actually do really understand, because my ex's new supply is the same age. And so I really actually do understand, this kind of, being an older woman, kind of wanting to protect a younger woman from a predator, essentially. But the thing is, there are a couple of factors. The main being that she probably wouldn't believe you anyhow. Because remember, the narcissist will have already triangulated you. So she will be equal parts insecure about you, fearful of you. So he would have been, dropping little comments, this, that, whatever, sprinkling you into the conversation. I mean, she probably hears your name more often than she hears her own. So she's probably, as I said, equal parts insecure about you, but also fearful because, he said that you're a crazy bitch, a psychopath, a stalker, that you can't get over him. What else did they say? That it's all you, that you didn't realize what you had until you lost it. All those cliches. This is the stuff that the narcissist, psychopath, and sociopath tells the new supply. And they do it knowing full well we may try and warn her. So they set the stage. They have it all in place just in case we do try and approach her. So no matter what you say and no matter what you do, you're going to come across looking slightly unhinged, a little bit crazy, and it'll probably feed into everything he's said. I mean, he knows you well, so he knows the things that you'll try to do if you're going to try and do it. I mean, honestly, I would actually say, no, don't bother. Don't waste your time. She's not a child. She's an adult. She's a young adult, but, this is how we learn. And yep, sure, he may be dangerous, and he may very well destroy her life, but that's not your responsibility. She's not your child. She is an adult. She's a grown woman. She's got her own mother out there somewhere. No doubt she probably doesn't have a dad. She's probably got daddy issues, but, that's her growth, her issues to deal with. You have your own issues and life to focus on. And really, you shouldn't even be worrying about them and their situationship. Going no contact means not looking at that stuff. You shouldn't know about what's going on in their situationship. You shouldn't be, hearing about it, looking into it, thinking about it, worrying about it. You should be solely focused on you. Do not have, the back door open for him. just, like I said, focus on you, darling, because she won't believe you. That's the main thing. She's not going to believe you. It's just going to make you look crazy. I mean, sure, look, down the track, there is no doubt in my mind, down the track, she will have moments where she'll say, oh, hang on, that's what the ex said about him, or she'll have moments where she'll Google it herself and she'll come across the fact that he is a narcissist, but that is her journey, not your journey. Your journey and her journey separate. There's no kind of camaraderie because you're both victims of the same abusive man. And I know this purely because, as I said, in my own situation, I actually tried to not warn her, but her mother had contacted me because she was worried about her. And he had actually contacted me telling me that he had that he thought he'd killed her one night. He'd actually been popping pills in her mouth when she was half asleep, and he thought he'd overdosed her on Valiums, for God's sake. And I was honest with the mum, because if it was me and that was, I was ringing around about my daughter, I would hope that someone would tell me. But I didn't say it to her, I said it to the mum. I mean, at the end of the day, it ended up getting back to her, and she's the dumb diddly that not only defended the man who thought he accidentally overdosed her, but got on the phone to me and said some choice things. I mean, you can't help some people. Like, they're just, they've got to learn. They've got to learn the hard way. And if it means, in my instance, if she ends up, getting double black eyes and being drugged and accidentally overdosed and maybe killed by my ex-husband, well, so be it. I tried to warn her, and that is the best that I can do. So that is all that you can do. You can try and warn her, but I would suggest not. It's probably really not worth it. But for some people, I totally understand that for some people, they can't handle having that on their conscience. They need to at least say, I tried to warn her. So if that is the way you feel, then, maybe just do it in a letter form. Do it, short, sharp, stick to the point. Don't get into the he did this, that, whatever. Just maybe just say, he was abusive to me, and this is what I believe he is, and research it, and good luck. Just give it the heads up. I think one of the reasons that for us older women, we are that we feel so concerned about the younger women is that for us, we didn't have the internet. We didn't know about narcissists and psychopaths and sociopaths. We had no clue, but the reality is this younger generation, they are growing up with access to so much information. Like, you'd have to be a really dumb shit, like really dumb, to not know what a narcissist is. Gee, that's a bit of a mouthful. In this day and age, there's that much information out there. So, I mean, yes, there are still people who don't know, but they have access to the internet. They can Google, and as soon as you Google, why does my boyfriend give me the silent treatment? Boom, you're going to have 50,000 articles about narcissism come up. So I think that, as I said, for us older women, we need to relax a little bit about this younger crew. Yes, they've got daddy issues. Yes, they're, with dangerous predators. But, we were young once too, and we also were with dangerous predators. They, unlike us, have access to a world of information, and it's right there at their fingertips. They don't even have to read a book. They don't even have to go to the library. They don't even have to read a book. And they, there's just that much information out there. So, they'd be pretty hard pressed not to be able to figure this stuff out on their own. So as tempting as it is, I just say no, just don't do it. And the other thing also, look, the other main point that I'd say, other than the fact that she probably won't believe you and it's a waste of your time, the second main point and the most important point is that it could actually backfire because, you know, she may be the only thing keeping him off of being your problem. You know, so if she's gone, where do you think he's going to go? He's going to come running straight back to you. So that is the last thing that you want. You know, so she's here for a reason. Be grateful that he is distracted. Be grateful that he has, you know, a shiny new thing to keep him distracted, and get on with your life, get on with your healing, and get on with getting away from him, because we know it's not easy. And these opportunities that, you know, they don't arise that often. So she's here, take advantage of the situation. And even if she does end up calling you up, which, you know, they do, even then, don't get involved in it. You know, you're not her friend. As I said, you know, the fact that, you know, she's also with a predator, or the same predator, that's not really, you know, any kind of special bond that you two have. You know, she needs to go and, you know, if she needs help, she needs to not come and try and get it from you. She needs to go and get it from, you know, any one of the other 8 billion people in the world other than you. You know, your life and her life need to not be intertwined, because that's how the triangulation works. That's how, you know, everyone gets played off against everyone else. And, you know, you don't need that. You know, this is your chance to get away. Let her deal with him and his bullshit. You just keep, you know, get away. You go do you. Leave them, you know, leave that all over there. Don't involve yourself with it, darling. It's so not worth it. What else? Just one second. I've got some notes. I think I've covered it anyhow. Yeah, so it could actually backfire. As I said, he could end up being your problem, or he could also just end up being really pissed off. Because let's not forget, you know, narcissists don't take any responsibility. So if they fuck up the relationship with the new supplier, which no doubt they will, they're going to want to blame you. And, you know, they're like, when they're butt hurt, you know, they can be dangerous. Yep, no, that's about it. All right, lovelies. Yeah, just skip on that. The new supplier, she can figure it out. She's 23, you know, she's not a baby. And she's certainly not your baby. Focus on you and your own babies. All right, lovelies. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye.